So all the chats with all these people, today is currently Thursday. You can see here all of these are non-yet blocked people who have had me for these many months. Of all the ones I already showed, I've had to delete and block so many. I've only allowed back through July 22nd because those who ignored me for that length. You can see how many people do this to people. This is what ghosting is. This is modern day ghosting. These people would say, oh, we didn't ghost you. We're just too busy. No, if you're too busy, you don't get onto a dating site. You don't even try. You don't even waste your time. You can see with every conversation where the last point was, and without even really being able to read much of these. Some of these are just blocked outright. Yes, I have written some, but you can see like I wrote my first one and never even heard a response back. That's what people do. A lot of them do that. We'll go down a little further. Gave me a number on WhatsApp and never heard back. Never trust WhatsApp. That's nonsense. That's a lie. Renee here, I gave very short messages. Good morning. Never even heard back. Nothing. Here, one message, no response. Nothing from those dates. Judith. One message, no response. This is a typical theme going on with people and how they treat people today. Look at this. I got one message. Hey, how are you? I get a message from that point, right? And after everything else, I still wait for that and nothing. Never heard back about this. Marley claiming that they say that, like, didn't get my other message. It's not showing up that I responded to you. I'm physically, basically an age boomer brain. When it comes to technology, and definitely with online dating, with a laughing emoji, and then like, nah, I didn't judge. May 22nd, haven't heard back since. And I matched with her on You Got Mail, Star Wars episodes 4 through 6, which are, I can admit, those are like the best. Couldn't even follow up with that. So even genuine people who claim to love mainstream major movies and stuff, who claim that they're really interested in connecting. Here you go. Here's one. Allison Furrup on Facebook, right? This is probably now somebody who hasn't even hit me up from there. And I said, just did, and good morning. So like here, I'll even say this message right now. We'll do a follow-up later. Hello. It's been over 3 months, maybe more. I'm taking a live recording at this very moment of this text I'm sending to you here on Facebook dating, period. We'll just cut that off. Yeah. I haven't heard from you, even from Facebook dating, and it's been that length of time, and I realized I was bad not to message you here first, period. So that one's on me. I hope you can make it up and reach back to me to prove that not everybody's doing this to people, which is basically ghosting, sending a message to somebody on Facebook dating and or on any social media site and then not responding back at all, period. Now, we'll see if she responds to that. Now, that may be sloppily written and terribly scripted in its own context, but it is enough to prove that, hey, I admit I screwed up with one person whom I'm proving, like, hey, I went through this person, this person, this person. And that may not even be her real profile. Yeah, her again. I don't even think you can add a friend. Nope. You can look at profile, you can block, you can do all this other stuff, but there's no way to add her as a friend. I don't think we are friends. As a matter of fact, I don't think so. So I'm not pretty sure she's not even in my friends list. Anyway, Vicky, this female, short bit of messages here from March 25th all the way down. She didn't even know what demisexual meant, and she tried to show like some empathy, saying like, hey, I didn't want to seem dumb. I thought you were honest heart, and this is why I accepted, honestly, appreciate it. I sent this message, and we get through this bit of chat, and she says, you can educate me, and nothing. This is the kind of stuff I'm referring to. People who lead you on, even small stuff, and then, I mean, with obviously not showing too much of their info, but you can say that, like, like I sent this message, great, I get a LOL, lol, and all, and then nothing. And, I waited between 7:49 to 9 24, but then I never even followed back. And why should I? Like, why should I waste my energy? I've learned, like, I'm the type of person who, like, even this person admitting that the app sucks so bad. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, yeah. So, like, this is like a great way to review what people are doing and ruining this place. And I can assure you there are many, 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 many more. Many, many more like this. Even if I skip through a bit, like somebody who starts and talks and yada yada this and yada yada that, it's just like, wow. And then they even admit, like, yes, I rarely use this, and what are you looking for? And then when I say that response and they say all this stuff and yeah, it seems like things are going great, and not so good. And this female here, she tried to lead me on and scam me for money on WhatsApp, so that didn't go so well, even as she claimed she was trying to build to lead toward a family. So this is a great way to look at the reality of what people are doing on social media. This is what younger generations are going to be putting up with. I may not be doing my best on terms of like trying to build a real strong start-off point to a communication with somebody, where some of my messages may, and if not all, have been super lengthy and long. Even some of them have been open to me, and what's sad is there are people who, unlike me, will write a lot less and hope to make a match and a connection. And if I can't find it and I'm putting all this thought and implemented empathy into it, imagine somebody who can't even put half as what I'm putting into it is going to find. This is what I mean. This is the scientific proof, the logical human connectivity proof right here with these messages, showing proof. Like, you can see that somebody starts with me from the moment and tell you that they love all the things about me. She liked a picture of me that was from the city. I'll show you that profile picture of me, which is not me living in the city. It's this picture right here. So if I look at the preview, she thought that this, my picture of me being in this area, was the city. Now today is the 29th, and I've updated it, and you know, I've found the Lord and the Almighty Father in my own way. I don't push religion on anybody. I even state that in here, and I have a hashtag spread joy not hate and an updated thing, and I define the fact that I'm a furry, I'm a demisexual, and this means no flings, no hookups. Deadpool Wolverine 2024. I talk about my ENFA profile, what I am. I say check out my YouTube, and that's where all these videos are going to. It's proof that, you know, like, I'm not just doing this because I'm bitter or that I don't, oh, and I love this one right here. I never told you to hate anybody. I don't care where they're from, what they look like, who they're in love with, or who they worship. Why is this so difficult? And this is so true. Like, so many people are using religion in the wrong context. They claim to be one thing, but they treat others in a totally different context that's out of the Christian way, the Baptist way. I say more of them claim to be Christian than anything else, and totally show themselves to be, whether it's narcissist, cruel, harsh, racist, discriminative, you can name it, the list goes on, sexist, everything you can call it, or TERF, as one of the females talked to me about. And this is an interesting one. I didn't even honestly know what TERF meant, but TERF, it shows it right there. A person whose view on gender identity are considered hostile to transgender people or opposes social and political policies designed to be inclusive of transgender people. You know what the interesting thing about this? If you are so much in hate inside of yourself to hate another person, you don't love yourself. You have to be able to love yourself to be able to appreciate and love others. And my voice is that I'm a demisexual, which literally demisexual means, and I'll even show you, it is a sexual orientation in which a person feels sexually attracted to someone only after they develop a close emotional bond with them. Forming a bond doesn't guarantee a person will feel sexual attraction, but the bond is needed before sexual activity is even possible. And you know how many people are probably like this? Here's the interesting thing. Demisexual is a part of the LGBT community. And plus, like, you can just go like to the plus, right? So I gotta find the plus symbol. It's probably right there in front of me. Yeah, that one right there. Like the full letters. You can actually show that this actually stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender and sexual people. I guarantee there's people out there right now that hate transgenders, agree that many men who try to be women shouldn't be going in the bathroom, which I'm not going to say is wrong. I'm going to say that if you're a female who identifies as a male or a male who identifies as a female, you make your own choice which bathroom you're going to walk into, and you are facing your own risk of if you're going to upset somebody. If you get in there and you look like a woman and no one says anything, and you go sit down in the toilet and you walk out and no one has a problem, then that shows one thing. Now, if a girl that identifies as a man walks into the male bathroom, where's the judgment there? And I understand why there's the risk factor, because there's a possibility of a parent with their children or their children being left unattended, and there being somebody who identifies as the opposite gender who's an adult who goes in there. That can make a lot of families uncomfortable. But here's the thing. You shouldn't hate those people. those people that choose to take that risk to subject themselves to those types of situations in public with other people should make the right choice to say, there's a child in here. I'm going to just wait till the child leaves, or go sit in the stall and mind their own business and keep it peaceful. Keep it peaceful. Use the bathroom, and that would be a nice thing. But a lot of people understand that you can't trust everybody. So the general rule is we don't trust transgenders. We hate transgenders. We bigotry and speak against them. Here's the funny thing. Something I've learned about religion: you don't push religion on people. You don't push politics on people. You don't push money and wealth on people. These things just don't go well. And we don't even have half of any of that straight in America right now. We can't even get half the stuff straight. So the thing with the transgender rule and the principle, it is, if you can love thy neighbor in the Bible, you can certainly love your fellow person who sees in a different sexuality, because they're not sitting around, walking around trying to hump you or have sex with you or do anything else. So my message to people is, be a little bit more appreciative and value things in this world. Stop teaching our kids hate. Stop standing and being complicit, which means not doing anything, just letting stuff go, and thinking that you got the rest of your life to just keep on going by. As much as I see what goes down here in Florida where I live, you got people destroying the South, whether it's corrupt police that I've heard, people that do drugs, drink excessively. I got a tenant right now who thinks that drinking every other day of the week is a correction to the usual every single day. 12 bottles of Bud Light is healthy. 1.13 fluid out, 144 ounces, which is currently 1 gallon, 13 ounces. They think that that's healthy. I've already done a public message board on my door because I've only been with this person for about 5-6 months now, and they're still living here, and they still do this every single day. And because they came at me within the first few months and got nasty, got up in my face, got so close they were spitting at me, made false claims and false threats, gaslit me into believing that the state police were coming to take me away because I look like I'm mentally unwell because of my messy, cluttered room and where my animal sleeps and how he's doing, and tries to subject his bias against me, treading on me. And I'm actually wearing an NRA shirt, which is fading away because this shirt is super old, and I'm proud of that. Even though I may be LGBT, I do stand and support the fact that I can own a gun and know how to sensibly use it. And for the principles of anything that's happened in my past, not the same person. I have been forced to believe that nobody seems to want a genuine connection with anybody at this point. They just look at people like their meat cut selects or prime choice select product who swipe and bypass on if it doesn't amuse them or fit their needs for the moment in present time, and they get bored with it quickly. That's how people treat each other and generally in public and in normal relationships. You wonder why marriages fail. It's a lack of commitment, a lack of trust, a lack of a total overall commitment to each other. And I believe that a man like me in this day and age could go up and honestly convert to any religion in the world, and I'd still struggle to find love, even if I had the house of God, Buddhist, Hindu, Christianity, Seventh-day Latter Saints, Baptist, Presbyterian. It doesn't matter which. I honestly believe I would still struggle no differently than now, and even more so because of the exclusive inclusivity of being treated for a difference of that being my religion. And because I don't even identify in any particular category, but I can at least say that I have the love of the Lord and the faith of the Almighty Father, and no better than to speak their name, and never have been to church in my entire life. That has been the influence of what society has brought into my life. And I am so proud of that, because I know that the Lord himself has come into my life, and I know he died for our sins. And every day I think to myself, what are our children going to be consistently growing up watching as they consume themselves with the stress and the drama of what's going on with things that have nothing to do with the importance of them structuring themselves toward the future? Where our adults are failing our children and our future generations, and many adults are not doing enough. Those who live in these deep traditional Southern places and hold these valued merits to their contemporary life down in the South, they're teaching hate and bigotry and distance and social disconnect. And it's not bad enough when I grew up, everyone was doing what you call self-segregation, where, African Americans sit with African Americans, whites sit with whites, or Caucasians. Then you got your Indian people with your Indian people, your Asian people with your Asian people. It was really weird, but that's how things were. And it never did anybody any good, but it didn't certainly hurt anybody. And now it's like everyone's just intermingled, but people are subjectively biased against people for their own indifferences, especially when it comes to talking about politics, money, wealth, or the future of our kids, and based on the merits of our sexual identities, which is just sad to say that we've lost the quality of understanding that a person is a human being, regardless of their gender and regardless of their pronouns and anything that may be inclusive in that. They're still a human being, and they deserve to be treated with the equal level of respect. So even if I may not be the one to say, oh, I'm going to support somebody just because they want to be called a he or she or they or we or I, it doesn't mean that I'm going to go around and try to tell people that they should believe what I believe. And that's what people need to work on fixing. Same thing with vegans who try to change the world, saying that everyone needs to stop eating meat. Hello, most of the food products that we eat are mostly, machine processed and done on a farm anyway. So half the stuff you're eating is already influenced and growth hormoned or produced by most places, unless of course you're eating all natural. And even then still, it's still done in a slaughterhouse where animals are actually bred for the slaughter. We're not going out and hunting down wild animals anymore. We've already mass destroyed our earth as it is. So everything that we eat is already pre-created by humans, and most of the stuff most people eat is already pre-packaged by not such good stuff, especially most of the frozen stuff and fast food stuff. Well, I would say mostly fast food, frozen type stuff, not frozen stuff out of your grocery. I'll make a correction. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. So time to start doing better, and thank you again for watching. That's what I'm going to say. There's enough problems in America. Maybe we need to start just working together.